Inspired by Dreams Foundation is delighted to welcome Sir. If I tell in brief about Sir, so Sir name is Yati Gaur, and he has been a solo traveler from past 2 years, and he has been exploring various incredible parts of our country. Along with this, he is currently on a very innovative journey, which is about covering Char Dhams. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sir. So more
No,
about
no, no,
to
yes.
know about him from himself only. So over to you, sir. If you can just kindly introduce yourself to our audience.
Well, thank you for having me, first of all, and namaste to everyone if people will be watching this. And my name is Yati Gaur, and just to correct a little thing, I have been traveling for more than 5 years, but from past 2 years, I've been walking around, and I used to travel by bus, flights, trains, just like everybody else earlier, and but my time span was little more than a usual traveler. I used to go for months and months to travel for a state and then work because I was working for a backpacking company. But post Corona, I decided that I have to leave this, and I decided that I should do something so that I connect with my people. And I have been a student of cinema, and I did my bachelor's in cinema, and after that, I did not wanted to go to Mumbai or pursue anything like that. So I went into travel field, joined a backpacking company, and while I was doing backpacking, I was working in the backpacking company. I used to meet number of travelers coming from different places, from US, Finland, Greenlandic people, and Africans, to everybody. And where I realized that people are coming from so many different lands to this particular land, and whenever they used to come, I used to have a very, how do you say, a good feeling about it. On one hand, saying that, oh my God, people have come to visit this country, people have come to visit our country. And on the other hand, I used to feel bad because when I met a lot of travelers, I got to know that I certainly do not know my own country. And a lot of people from outside, beyond this border, beyond this so-called border of our beautiful country, India, they were coming here, and not just this country. They knew the. I'm born in UP. I'm a person from Ayush, and born in UP. They actually knew UP more than me, and that is when it clicked a lot, and my mind and my heart went for a trip where I said, like, this cannot happen. I would accept if anybody from this land comes and they say that I know everything about this land. But if somebody comes from little outside this land and says, I know your country better, or I know your place better than you, not just saying, justifying through how they talk, it really felt bad that I'm born on this land, that I do not know it enough. So that was a turning point for me where I decided that I have to travel my own country rather than making a passport, going outside, traveling Europe or traveling Asia, or going to this place or that place. I decided that no, I'll make sure that I travel our own country first, and then I'm going to go out. So September 1, 2020, I decided that I'm going to walk around India, because when I was connected to a
Okay.
backpacking company, I was doing a lot of hiking, I was doing a lot of trekking, making people do a lot of treks. So I thought that the walking is somewhat of my strength. So I decided that walking is something that I will pursue. And after doing my first walk, I decided that okay, I'm pretty sure that I will continue this walk. And since last past 2.5 years almost, I've walked more than 8,000 kilometers. And currently, I'm on the longest walk with my partner, but who's a dog. She just went away. She's like, I'm not coming in the live session right now. She just went off, and I'm
Yes, we just saw him. I'm
yes,
sorry, like
yes.
him or
So
her. I'm not very clear. Yeah.
her. Butter is a female dog,
Okay. Okay.
and we Butter and I met when I did my second walk in Rajasthan. She was a cute little pup, 2 months old, and I remember we were sitting. I was walking in a village, and I found Butter. There were 7, 8 puppies, and all of them went away from me as if I was a terror. And this cute little one, she came to me wagging her tail. So I decided that you choose me and I choose you. And since that day, we have been together off and on. Well, she used to stay home because she was too small to travel. And then later, when she was all grown up, I decided that the time has come that maybe, we should walk and travel together. Because she has been my responsibility. I picked her up. So she's my responsibility, not my parents' responsibility. So now she's with me. Now we stay 24/7 together.
All right. So, like, this is something very different, which I personally am hearing for the very first time, that walking around your own country. So,
Yeah.
first of all, there are certain aspects like we want to clear it out. When you're traveling, so you would be like staying at some camp or something. I've seen in your Instagram video that you just make a camp and stay there. But at times, doesn't it get difficult to, just travel and to look for a place where you can stay? And along with it, I also want to ask, like, are there any financial aspects? Okay, so you are traveling and that is your passion, but how come you're earning it? How come you're eating?
So starting with the point, how to stay. So stay is not a problem because I carry a camp. And at times it has been an issue where I could not find a place for more than 3 hours, 4 hours. But it was in 100% of my travel, that time period was just about 5%. 95% of the time, the understanding between the Indians is so good that whichever land or whichever state I went to, they understood and they accepted me. So even if one, two, or three people say no, the fourth people automatically says no. You have to stay here. So I pitch my camp at petrol pumps. I pitch my camp at dhabas, which are used by truck drivers. That is the main spot for us because I can take a bath there and I can get fresh there. And petrol pumps usually they allow us. And we stay in the rooms. Like today, we've taken a room. And a few times when I need to work online, I need to do my work, upload my stories, upload YouTube, upload Instagram content, then I need a room also, or at times just to rest. Because to set up a camp, get up in the morning 5 o'clock, pack the camp up, take the bag and walk. It takes 1 hour, 1.5 hours to do so, and then start walking again. So at times I feel like, I should have a good bed to rest. So we come for the room, but it does not happen every time. Especially when I'm traveling with butter, it doesn't happen all the time. People don't accept us, and it takes more than like I'm sitting here right now in Andhra, and I have to go to Sri Salem, which is 160 kilometers away, and I've been trying to call I've called more than 20 hotels in Sri Salem, and it is 160 kilometers. It will take us 1.5 2 weeks to reach. I've called 20 hotels, they've said no. Until the time we reach there, I'm sure we'll find one hotel which says yes. Right, and if we do not find anything, then we pitch our camp. So that happens, and in the villages, because we go through villages, we go through highways, so it's not possible to get room all the time, and it is not budget friendly also because the room at least goes off 1,000 rupees a day and 1,200 rupees a day, minimum 800 rupees a day. So to get room every day is also not financially good. Now coming up to the financial thing, when I was into travel background, I knew how to save a lot of money. Right? When I say save a lot of money, I do not say travel for free. Travel for free is a myth. I know there are a lot of influencers coming up who say travel for free, it's a myth. It doesn't happen. I've been traveling for 5 years, it doesn't happen. So, and at the end of the day, when you're meeting somebody, no matter how good of a person you are, and you're sitting on a chai stall, he might have done a lot of efforts to bring the milk, do everything. I would not like to kill 10 rupees of him just because I'm walking India, right? So it does not sound good. And most of the people, few of the people, they say, no, we cannot take money. So I do save a lot of money in that. I do not use transport, so the money transportation is gone. I carry my own camp, so a lot of money is saved in that. Indian meals are very cheap, right? So very affordable. At the good places, like I remember, if I am in a village, in 45 rupees I can have my breakfast. When I have 2 plates of idli and 2 dosas, right, full. 90 rupees a meal you get, sometimes it goes to 120 maximum, which is full meal that I eat. And the financial thing when it comes is, though I was into a travel background and lockdown I wasted a lot of money. So all the savings went there. But I was going to do something that I knew I have to pursue. I have to build my career in this. I was very passionate about this. I totally love it. And I asked my parents first. I told them that, I'm a grown as man. I'm a 26-year-old guy. So I asked them that I'm going to do this, and I need your support. And they were like, "Are you sure? Do you see yourself going somewhere, or you just want to go out, travel, waste the money?" And I'm like, "No, I see myself somewhere. Not 6 months, not 7 months, but maybe after 1 year or 2 years, I do see myself there." And I'm very thankful to my parents that they gave me a lot of financial support. And I tell this to a lot of my followers also, that if your parents do not allow you to travel, do not travel. So do not go out just because you want to find so-called peace. You want to travel the world. You can never find peace if your own God is angry with you, right? So if they do not like you, if they're upset with you. So I do not like that, and I do not promote that. And I was thankful enough that the thing is, it's not also about money totally. A lot of people come to me and they say, "Arey, बहुत पैसे वाले घर से हो, you have a lot of money, that is why you can travel." When I was not earning, my parents were supporting me, and I told them, no, money is not the issue, and my responsibilities were taken over by my parents. It's not the money. Money, I could have said, I could have done anything. I was giving a number of, how do you say, online classes also about travel to earn money, but I quit that because I wanted to focus absolutely on what I'm doing. So it diverted my mind, giving classes, finding a spot, doing something, earning a little bit money, then start working again. So my parents told me, you don't have to do that. Find your goal, achieve it, and money will automatically follow you. And I was thankful enough that in 1.5, almost 1.5 years, my financially I was backed up by my parents until the time the sponsors started coming in. So after hearing my story, after getting a few followers, I pitched it like that. And it's not about, how do you say, a lot of people you might see have 100K, 200K followers, but they might not have sponsors, because it's about how you go about it. Working in a backpacking company taught me how to grow myself, how to go into marketing, how to build my things into a certain way, how to plan my marketing into a certain way. A bigger company plan their marketing for 3 months. That is what I learned when I was working in a backpacking company. So I do my marketing for 3 months, my Instagram marketing. At 3 months tak, which content is going to go, which brand is going to come, which brand has to come like this, which money has to follow like this, and then it all goes into a cycle. It is all a very perfect planning that I've done over the years, going through a learning process. And now finally I've come to a point where I have more than 5 sponsors, right? And I'm not an influencer who comes today. Some company is going to come, "Sir, we like your video. Can we sponsor you?" No, you cannot sponsor me, because I am not a person who comes on Instagram, says, you try, you give me money and I'll do that. No, I'm a person who gives my story. My story is $1,000,000. Okay, nobody else has done that. I am doing a walk which has nobody has tried. Way long before a lot of people used to walk, a lot of sadhus were walked, but it was unrecorded. So I am doing something in the age of technology which has come up to a recording thing. So I can come up to people and show that, okay, this is something I want to do. This is something I'm doing. This is something nobody has done. And when Butter has joined me, this becomes certain kind of a history, right? So I need a brand which understands my story. That if I use one brand, I will only use one brand. If I'm using this watch today of Embrain, and tomorrow Apple comes to me and I become very famous and they say, "Oh, sir, we're going to give you a lot more money than Embrain. Can you come with us?" No, I cannot come with you, because you were not there when I was struggling. So I cannot have you when I've become something. So if you see all my brands who have come up, all my brands who I'm working with, they've come up when I was nothing. When I had 5,000, 4,000 followers. Tripol is there, Pet is there, now Dino has come. So all these sponsors are something who understood my story. They backed me up financially also, little bit finance also, with their products also, and said, "We will see you growing. We believe in your story. We know you will do something. Just proceed with whatever you want." They gave me a blind trust. And that is why I do not take any brand. That is why on my page, you will not find new brands coming every time. I receive a number of mails, I receive a number of DMs, "Sir, can you please collaborate with you? Can we do this?" I tell them straight away, "No, I'm working with different companies." So I have this funda that I work with only 7 companies. Okay, because there are 7 days. So and there are 7 colors, like a rainbow. So that is why I only work with, and now I have 5 of them. Okay, 5 are already there. I'm finding 2 new colors for this journey, and they will eventually come soon. There are a lot of companies who have come up, but they could not meet up my criteria. They could not understand my story. They could not feel my story. So I neglected them. I said, no, it cannot happen. So I am a man who works like a family. I'm a man who works with ethics, a simple, basic plan. That okay, if you stick with me, we are stuck for life. That is it. It's not about doing an influence in marketing that aaj ye hai, kal wo hoga, tomorrow I become famous. Oh my God, I'm going to wear Nike also. No, I'm not going to wear Nike because Nike did not believe on me or just do its story when I was struggling. So the person who understands my pain while I'm struggling knows me from inside out. So why would I leave that brand or why would I leave that family but at the point of time when I achieve something? So I would not do that. So that is my basic way of doing that, and that is how I am financially supported by all these 5 brands. And that is, and first of all, of course, my family played a very big role in finance. And I tell this to a lot of my followers also that if you do not have responsibilities, you're free to go. A lot of my responsibilities were taken by my elder brother. He was the one who made my dream come true. He explained my parents, no, he has something. You can't think beyond 2 years right now. I can see beyond 2 years what he'll become. I know what he can do. You have to let him do, doesn't matter, and this and that. And he was the one who pushed me. He's like, no, get out, do this. You have to do this. I know there is no one like you. So that is where I got the confidence. Whoever I am, whatever I am, financially, mentally, physically, I'm because of my family. And that is where I stand. And that is why I call my sponsors also my family. Because they have been connected to me. They have been giving me support since I was nothing. And that is why I come up to this point where I can have good life. I can afford room. I don't have to think twice. Oh my God, how much money did I waste? Oh my God, where is it? Of course, there comes a time that I cannot take 15 days in a row. I cannot take a room. But that's too much. And my back also starts aching if I have too much comfortability, right? So I neglect that. Yeah. It's a good bed. It's a very good bed. But I can't have it all the time because I'm used to walking. I'm used to a certain workout that cannot give me a lot of comfort. And when I get a lot of comfort, that is a discomfort for me. So that is how I go about it.
Great, sir. So, like this is something which I personally have never come across. Like I haven't heard, maybe because my field is very different from it. So the thing is that you mention it very clearly that it is basically that you have someone to take your responsibilities. Like you, and it is entire mechanism. You can't just go on traveling that you like to travel and you'll travel, and at the
Yeah.
same moment you don't have anything in your mind like Instagram marketing or how you're going to do in future. So like I just want that you should highlight this thing to all the viewers over there, because sometimes we think that okay, I love this so I'll do this. We have no other plan in our mind and we just rush towards doing the same. So if you can
Yes.
just highlight a little.
See, I'll not take names, but I'll tell you that how it goes is there are 2 types of people. Either you become like me, either you have a plan, either you shift your responsibilities to someone who can take those responsibilities, like my brother. Okay, that can you take care of the family? Yes, I will. Right? Can I get a financial support a little bit from you when I do not feel like taking money from the parents? Yes, I will. Don't worry about it. Right? That is one thing. And the other thing is find a skill. Everybody has one skill. You cannot go out in the world just like this. And there are a lot of people also walking currently, right? And they have more than 100K followers, 200K followers, but they do not have any sponsors. Why is because their way of working is absolutely absurd. Most of them are taking name and fame in the name of God. Okay, I'm walking Char Dham and 12 Jyotirlingas, but never on my Instagram except a line written there. You will never find it that I do a Char Dham walk because I never take a God's name in that. Ram is supposed to be in my heart, not out in the world. Okay, everybody knows he's there. Everybody knows when I take his name, tuck, 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 everybody's going to click like. But what happens with this? Nothing's going to happen. No brand is going to come to me. I cannot be financially, and I will tell you, I will never be mentally also fit with this. Name has to be taken in the heart. Everybody says, अपना financial salary किसी को नहीं बताते. You don't tell your salary how much you earn, and you never show people how you pray. So these are two things that a person should not show out to the world. Pray, everybody prays. Why to show it to the world, right? Why to come out in the name of God and say that, oh, Jai Shri Ram has started with this? I am not saying, of course, it has been in Indian culture where we greet in the name of God. But when you greet in the name of God, that is totally different. We understand. Like if you go to Madhara, people will say Radhe Radhe. You will understand when they say greet and say Radhe Radhe. But somebody comes and says Jai Shri Ram, guys, please like karo, share karo, subscribe karo. This is absurd for me. This is totally absurd. You will get the likes, you'll get the comments, you'll get the followers, but will you get the brands? No, you will never get the brands. Why? Because the brands are not interested. Because the people who work for the brands, they pray at their home. They do not get money so that they can type Jai Shri Ram because they are a marketing team. They get money in a certain way. So if you have to work, you need to get a particular kind of a skill set. What is a skill set? I had a skill set because I learned marketing from a backpacking company. I tried to understand what kind of a brand is there. I understood very fast that if I have 5,000 followers and if I go to big companies like Nike, they would never understand my story. You know, I used to do 50, 80 mails in a day, just sitting there, writing mails, sending to different companies. Nike, this. After 6 months, I understood they will never hear. So I started searching for the brands, which are Indian brands. Started searching for startup brands because they are here to hear my story. They're the startup. So startup is something which accepts your story, who will engage with your story, who will engage with your work and say like, yes, we are ready to go give it a try. But while on the other hand, big companies, when they have Hardik Pandya, Virat Kohli on their hand, why would they choose a person like me? They will never choose a person like me. So the first mistake is that I would like to go to a company which is building up from this scratch because I am also building up from this scratch. So we both start together, we both grow together, and that is how we become family. Also, that is how we engage together. Also, in the starting, of course, I did not get money from all the companies. I worked free for 4 months, 5 months for this company Tripole. I worked for more than 6 months for free. Just told them, I'll show you my work. I'll show you my work. Let me show you my work. Just give me your product. I'll show you my work. That is how it went. And the other thing is, like today, I was talking to somebody. The thing is, people have a half-hearted goal. Okay, I am doing this walk. Am I doing it? Am I doing it for somebody? Am I doing it to teach people? Am I doing it to show people, oh, you need to do this? No. This is a huge mistake. I'm a learner. Right? People ask me, a lot of media people ask me this question. Sir, what is your aim? What is your purpose? Why are you doing this? But there has to be an aim. Why is there no aim? Why should be there? Does life has an aim? Does breathing has an aim? Does clouds raining down has an aim? No. They rain whenever they want to. I breathe because it is there. The breath is natural. It has no purpose. The life has, it is just living. Life is living. Do we all come? It is not at the time of Treta or Satyug or Dwapar Yug where everybody has a purpose. No. We have the only purpose is we have to live this life fullest. The problem with all the influencers coming up with these people are you will see, oh, I am doing this walk so that I can connect India. I am doing this walk. Recently, I was having a discussion with this guy who followed me, and apparently he had a huge number of followers, twice than me. And then he followed me and he said, I like your story, I love your story, bhaiya, this, and I am also going to walk. He was doing hitchhiking before, travel without so-called money. And then he said, I am also going to walk from north to south. And then I asked him, why walk? Why not just continue hitchhiking? He said, no, because I like it. I like it a lot. And this. I have an aim. And I said, what is the aim? And he said, the aim is Ek Bharat, Ek Bhasha. And I asked him, Ek Bharat is okay. But Ek Bhasha? How is it possible? This is not England, this is not Australia, this is not America. This is the land of kingdoms. This is the largest running democracy. If we take a 10 rupee note, 15 languages are written on 10 rupee note. 15 languages. That means we have 15 national languages. So if I go to everybody and say that, oh, we are one people, we should all talk in Hindi, wouldn't the Tamilian get offended? Wouldn't Malayalam get offended? What about the Kannadas? What about the Marathi? What about the Udiya? What about the Rajasthani Marwadis? What about the Indian Nepalis living in the northeast, or Assamese or Manipuris? Because they have been living like this. It is a myth. The biggest myth that comes in North India is that Hindi is our national language. It is only spoken in Haryana, UP, and a part of Delhi. In Rajasthan, people do not. No, Rajasthan people do not speak Hindi. They speak Marwadi, Hadoti. In Gujarati, Gujarat, they speak Gujarati. It is a similar language. They speak a different language altogether. In Bihar, they're speaking Bhojpuri. Nobody is talking Hindi. Even Haryanvi, they say it's a different language. No, it's a dialect. It's a different dialect. It's Hindi. That's a different dialect. Bhojpuri, you can also say it's a different dialect. But when you come to Marwadi, come to Hadoti, you come to Gujarati, you come to Assamese, you come to Bengali, these are all different languages. Tamil has come way before than Sanskrit. So you want to go to a Tamil guy and tell him that, oh, no, you have to learn Hindi because there's one nation. How stupid is that? So what we are doing is we are a half knowledge people. I always say when media asks me, why don't you have a purpose? And I tell them I don't have a purpose for him because I'm a half knowledge person. A half knowledge guy is a very dangerous person. The one who is dumb is okay because he or she knows nothing. The one who is the master of intellect, like Sadhguru or J. Krishnamurti, or Rajneesh Jain or somebody like Karl Marx, they're very good because they know it. But on the other hand, when it comes to guy like me, the influencers like me, we are on the learning process. You do not call a guy doing a PhD a doctor till the time he's doing it. A doctor is not a doctor when he becomes a doctor. He says he's always practicing. A doctor is also practicing, always, even after becoming a doctor for 10 years. They're always practicing. The biggest professors in this world, they say, I'm a student in my field. Why? Because we are always learning. This life is a learning process. How can I come up and say I have a purpose till the time I have not fulfilled my own thing? It is not possible. So I want to tell people that if you go out, do it for yourself. I do not walk because I have to do it something for you or something for somebody or do it for my family or my mother. No, I absolutely love it. What I do it for myself. And if I cannot love myself, I cannot do it for me. I cannot do it for anybody. That is why people fail. That is why revolutions have failed. Because it was done for somebody else. It was not done for us. It was not done for me, myself. It was done for somebody else. They will fail. Everybody will fail. You have to do it for yourself. Don't take out a half-hearted purpose in the world. There is another man, I would not take the names again. He comes up to me, we met walking, he was walking, and he said, why do you walk? What is the purpose? And I said, I love my country. I want to see my people. I've not seen my people. And I'm a proud, we all say we are a proud Indian, right? I don't say I'm a proud Avadi. From a UP, I don't say I'm a proud Avadi. Whatever you are, if you're a Kannada, they would never say I'm proud. You all say they're a proud Indian. So if I say I'm a proud Indian, isn't Tamil my language? Isn't Telugu my language? Isn't Odia my language? Isn't Marathi my language? So I want to see them all. I want to learn them all. Of course, I would not be fluent in all of them. Of course, I would make mistakes. But at the end of the day, it's my language. They are my people. The Telugus are my people. The Tamilians are my people. Malayalams are my people. Gujaratis are my people. Manipuri are my people. And that is where I come to a point where I say I'm a proud Indian. We all say we are proud Indians. Then why do we come up to a point and say South India mein to Hindi bolte hi nahi hai log? This is why would this be? Why didn't you try speak a little bit of Tamil? I'll tell you a funny story. I was in Visakhapatnam and then I had notes of Telugu. Okay, so courier guy is coming and he's giving, and I'm trying to say Anna 2 minutes, and then I'm speaking, and when I speak, the usual mistake people in the South make, right? So when they're speaking, it's like male or female thing, right? And since I was learning a lot of things from Google, the Google did not know to tell me that I'm a guy. So I was, whatever Telugu I was speaking, I was making the same mistake. I was speaking like a female. Okay. And then I was not speaking properly. So when I tried it, the guy on the other hand, he laughed. He said, "Itta mat try karo, aata mere ko Hindi, itta aata. तुम इतना भी मत ट्राई करो, ठीक है? तो मैं आता नहीं चाहिए." Because And now I know that if I would have just conversated in Hindi and told him or English and doing this, he would have been more annoyed. Or my like not understood. I would have tried to give phone to somebody. Can you speak? Like I can't speak Telugu. But just because I gave it a little bit of try, and he understood that he cannot learn it in 5 days. Of course, he's not from here. He's from not. He'll not know Telugu properly. But he laughed and said, "Itna, you don't have to try that much. You know, don't try that much. I'll speak Hindi. I know Hindi that much. We can converse." So that is the point where we come and we understand that okay, we try. Trying is all we can do, and that is the best part of it. And people, if you go out for travel, I would just have one suggestion. The only suggestion is think this land is your own, everybody is your own people. Just give it a try. This Tamil is yours, this Telugu, everything, this all of these languages are yours. So you can't say that I never had a communication barrier. I've crossed through villages where they do not know Hindi or English. They just know their native language. But we are in the world of technology. How can we forget that if I type something on Google, it will not show me this certain language? How do we forget that? Here, there is a communication. No, there is no communication. The communication barrier is right here in your mind. Because we never thought about to give it a try. So all I want to say is give it a try. If you are a proud Indian, rather than being Awadhi, rather than being a Marwadi, rather than being a Bengali or a Uriya, be an Indian. And things will fall into line. That is it. Don't go with a half-hearted purpose in life saying, I want to do this, I will change this. Don't change anything, change yourself. Don't change the world. You don't need to. We are in a perfect harmony. This land is the largest running democracy. In 1,000 kilometers, our God changes. Imagine. It is such an incredible country. Forget about the languages. Our God changes in every 1,000 kilometers. And we still live together in peace and harmony. It's not just on paper that is the largest running democracy. It's a practicality. How does that happen? Because at the end of the day, we all Indians have same heart. The love that flows is same. Whenever I pass through a village, every mother or every akka, we call it in Telugu, they say akka means elder sister, didi, like we say didi. Every didi or the elder mother or the guy, they all have one feeling. Whichever state I go, oh my God, he's so far away from home. Well, how would he eat at night? Did he eat anything? Where would he sleep? What would happen? Isn't this? So the feeling is same. So at the end of the day, trust your own people. We have to start trusting our own people, and we have to stop being half-hearted to achieve something, to achieve a goal. Today, especially men society, this is that we want to achieve something, we want to build up something. We never achieved ourselves, but we want to achieve something for the society. So it's a stupid.
How has your journey been? And I just had a small concern, that is like, since you travel so far and you live away from everyone, so are there any concerns of safety or something? Because obviously you can't always be in, living in hotel or something, as you already mentioned. So like at times when you live in camps, so are there any safety concerns or something?
So the thing is, no, there are no safety concerns. As I say, we have to trust our own people. And if I ever find that, oh my God, something is gonna happen, I find an elderly person, to be honest. Anybody who is above 40, 50 age, I try to find them, I try to explain them my story, and I'm safe. Because if there is an elderly around you, you are safe. Nobody can touch you in this country, and I can promise you that. So it doesn't happen. The safety concern is not there for me, because now I'm used to that thing also, where I see, okay, I might, but it does not mean that you can go out and blindly start trusting. You have to keep an open eye also, be very, very conscious about things. But at the end of the day, 90% of the time, there is nothing like that. And whenever I see a crisis, whenever I feel a crisis, or whenever I feel like, okay, something's going to go wrong, I just take a step back. I do not try to engage with those people. I just take a step back and I try to find an elderly person, or a akka, like, or a elderly sister, or amma, or a daddu. They're the best ones. So once I'm near them, that means nobody will touch me, because that means I am in an area and he's the master, because he has seen. So they would know everybody in their land, who is living there, who is there, who is there. So If you're traveling, if you have any kind of doubt in your heart, if you have any kind of a feeling in your heart that you're scared about anything, go find an elderly person, be with them, you'll be safe.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. It was wonderful talking to you. I personally got to know about so many things, and I hope everyone who will watch this video, they'll be inspired by it in one way or the other. Thank you so much, sir. Namaskar.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Namaste.